Let's go straight to trial points.
The second most important is to be honest.
What does that mean?
And that means telling the truth to the judge and to the other counsel. It doesn't mean you've got to give away any of your confidential communications with your clients, but you have to be honest and truthful in all. And judges know, we know who not to trust. We know who tells lies. And they never gain anything, at least in my courtroom and many of my colleagues.
And then, if I could, that dovetails into one of the things I did. You have to be, and you and your client, you have to be truthful in everything you do. If you're at trial and the jury smells a hint of lack of candor or a hint of anything other than the absolute truth, it can torpedo your whole case.
I agree. And so that's in your verbal comments to the court and to the other lawyers, but also in your written. One of the most irritating things for me when I was a judge was that in motions filed, claiming cases stand for something that they don't stand for. And I never, after 13 years, I never trusted lawyers to correctly cite a case. I asked them to give me a small outline of their argument and give me the actual cases to read.
It works so against you because you got to remember as a trial lawyer, these judges see everything. They know everything. They probably know the law better than you. And it ain't the first time this issue's come up before them. And so I have found the most effective arguments to be, and I could point to just a couple trials last year. I tried a case in front of Judge House, great judge in St. Charles, and me and the other lawyer, we were professional, great. He'd say, Gary's case does say that, Judge, but da-da-da-da. Or I'd say, you know what? The other lawyer has a great point. There is no theory like this, but let's look at the other law. So if you have something bad against you, you got to take it. You got to acknowledge it, especially if you do appellate practice. You think you're gonna fool a judge?
No.
I mean, give me a break. But then compare that to another case I tried last year where the other lawyer just kept saying all these things, and I kept having to say, no, Judge, here's the deal. Here's the real cases. And this judge had this case for 5 years, and the judge knew the law as good as me, and they knew that the other lawyer was, and the lawyers lose credibility. What do you do if a lawyer? How do you see a lawyer or a client if you start seeing playing games with the truth? How do you listen to them afterwards?
Well, you don't, and so that lawyer for the next 10, 20, 30 years of practice is labeled like that. And the other area it occurs in is in motions for summary judgment or other types of motions where the party quotes sections from a deposition as a fact. And no judge is just going to take that. And so we have the whole deposition and the deposee's answer before and after are qualifying that, changing it. Yes, and putting it in context, and it torpedoes your whole case, in my opinion.
We had so there's another trial last year. The exact same thing happened, and we knew what the other lawyer was going to do. The witness was prepared for it, and he was, and he said, "Well, you said this," and I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it was an expert witness. You said this. He said, "No, I didn't. There's an extra word in there. It's not." And it's on page 118 of the transcript, and they knew it. And then the lawyer was shut down. The lawyer sat down. I got up on redirect. I put the page in front of the jury. The jury saw exactly what the lawyer was doing, and the lawyer lost a lot of credibility with trying to play that kind of a game.
Yep. And juries generally are take their job very seriously.
Sorry, go ahead.
And they listen and they watch for all of that. They also don't like a lot of sidebars. They don't like a lot of objections. They're there in the city for $18 a day once they're on a jury. They want to hear the case. And when you object all the time, it impedes the progress of the case, but it also looks like you're trying to hide something.